dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Hey, you, how you doing?
What's happening? What is going on?
Oh, too much and not enough. Welcome everybody to another edition of the Otter's Den with Joni here. How you doing? It's been
What? It's a full moon.
I know it's been nuts. It's been nuts.
Full moon in Capricorn. It's a good one. It is a very good full moon.
I need
to get it together.
Ugh, excuse me. Wow, that snuck up.
It's a good full moon. I mean, it's very harmonious. It opens with, it's got Jupiter, it's got Saturn being harmonious, it's got Mercury being harmonious. It's a nice one. It's a good one.
Good. I could use a nice.
It's a hard-working one, though.
Oh, tell me about that one. I got to spend all weekend working on a special project with some people. Got to meet some good people and do the thing, and it was fun. A lot of work, exhausting, but it was fun. And today I've been trying to get the house caught up and an engine put in, and it's just not working. It's not working.
Well,
so I gave up for today, and I'm going to try again tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday.
Maybe a little bit, but I might have had some help with that. Just saying.
What? You stayed up too late?
Yeah.
Scorpios just lay out all night.
Well, when I got home, I don't know, it was 11 o'clock, 11:30, I don't know. After driving an hour and a half, from the state park, after working all weekend out there.
Yeah.
But I had so much rolling in my head about this project and everything I've got to get done. And I was overtired. When I'm overtired, I don't go to sleep. I will either toss, turn. It's not going to happen. And I knew that. So I jumped on live and just talked for a while. Had a few beers, and I finally got tired and I went to bed after chatting with somebody for a while. And it was a decent night. It was a good night. I laughed a lot. I needed those giggles, so thank you for those giggles.
Good.
And Lisa, it just so you know, if I was on my phone, I'd take you and show you. I do have dishes soaking right now in the sink. Just saying.
I do too.
Oh, you're doing dishes too?
Yeah, they're in the sink. I don't have a dishwasher. Now I'm going to have one in about a month.
There you go.
I don't have one now because I will be moving. So soon I will have my new area, my new space all worked out.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be awesome for you.
I can't wait. Get back on track, do astrology charts, do work. I'm going to work on remedies with essential oils, and they're going to have planet names so that, like, oh my God, Saturn sucks. Spray yourself, with like that's going to be blue. Venus is going to be pink. Mars is going to be red, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like Florida water, but it'll be like Florida water with whatever planet's afflicting you at that time.
Okay, I got you.
So, like, I would do, like, like the lunar nodes are getting ready to move into Aries and Libra. So that's going to hit us big time, Aries. And there's just so much going on in July. I had no idea.
A little bit.
We've got, Saturn is playing some tricks too right now. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn clamps down. Pisces has no boundaries. So Saturn rules pharmaceuticals. Um, you know, it's Saturn just puts the clamp on everything. And you can see when that happens. Like I said, with this Titan information, you watch this report's going to come out and they are going to clamp down with so many new rules. They're going to find a nightmare
Yeah.
in this investigation because
Yeah.
Saturn is the structure that imploded Pisces ocean. Retro.
Makes sense. And
Saturn is regulations, it's rules. It's you got to follow the rules.
Well, yeah, and like you said on your show, so many people told this guy, you can't be doing this. You got so many things going wrong with this thing.
Yeah.
You got more fails than successful missions. And you got to do things the right way. You got to repair this. You got to repair this issue. And he's like, no, we're good. We're doing this.
Aries.
Yeah.
He wouldn't listen.
Sister.
He wouldn't listen. And, Saturn and everything went into retro right with that little launch.
Yeah.
We've also got Pluto going back into Capricorn, stirring up, wrecking havoc. And that's government, Capricorn, wrecking havoc, pulling up the swamp. Venus will go into retro July 22nd, but she's basically, she's in her shadow, so she's technically almost there. She's there.
Her shadow.
And that brings Venus themed events. So whatever happened 8 years ago with Venus retro, that could repeat whatever was going on in 2015 in your love life. That could either show up again or repeat.
Hell no.
It can.
No.
Venus related, it could be scandals. It could be love, romance, breakups, new relationships. It could be something new. It could be a new relationship.
Like new? Okay. I could handle some new.
Well,
I don't want any repeats.
Venus is going to be in Leo till September. She's very loud. She's proud. She's stand up and look at me. She's like the queen. She ain't taking nothing from nobody.
Yeah.
She's being the queen. That's going on.
I'm trying to think what was actually going on in 2015.
I don't know. Neptune.
5 years, so 3 years. Okay, I know what was going on.
I know exactly what was going on in my life, and I'm like, oh, crap.
I won't be having any repeats of that. No, ma'am. Ain't happening. No. Did I mention no? Nope.
Okay, here's an example. What started in 2015, or you had a circumstance, did you either fix it or has things gone unresolved that needs to be resolved in the relationship area? That could be a friendship. It could be a partnership. It could be a love relationship.
Things were discussed. Things were understood and comprehended. Things were forgiven, and divorce finalized.
Okay, so then you're good. I had some things that never were resolved in 2015. Let's see if they crop and rear their ugly head.
Right.
Ugh, I don't need that crap.
I hear you there.
Then we've got, of course, the lunar nodes, which are not asteroids. They're not stars. They're kind of like Lilith. It's a point.
Yeah.
It's a space out there. We've got the North Node, which is destiny, moving into Aries. South Node, which is past lives, things we're at ease with in Libra. Lovely Libra.
Yeah.
That's another change coming up. Um, what else? I mean, we've got some transits that are going on in middle of July that it's going to be okay. Hold your breath right now. Stop. You know what I mean? We've got one aspect with Chiron and Aries in the North Node that we haven't seen since 1875.
Well, I didn't have nothing going on in 1875. Just saying. I may be getting up there in years a little bit, but I ain't that old.
I know, but we're having big crap. I don't like it.
So whatever happened in 1875 could be coming up again now.
Yes, and you know what it was?
What was it?
It was we almost were in a war in 18. There was almost it wasn't us. It was who was it? Germany and somebody in 1875. This particular transit is a de-escalation of war. So remember that on July 22nd, if you hear people going war, they're talking war. This particular transit is a de-escalation.
Okay.
So it means it's not going to happen.
Um,
Good thing.
1875, January 5th, President Grant sends federal troops to Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Ugh.
Quang Su becomes emperor of China. Anti-slavery society forms in New York. SS Gothenburg hits the Great Barrier Reef and sinks off the Australian east coast, killing approximately 100. There's another
Okay.
ship going down. And that reminds me of my dream again. I was just telling, before we got on the show, I was telling Joni I had a dream the other night. And it was right after, they finally admitted, the Titan imploded, almost right away after it left, right when they lost radio communication. And what my dream was a giant tanker or a giant cruise ship. I couldn't tell which one it was because it was off in the distance. But there was this huge tsunami. And you know how, like, you watch people surf on the real big waves, and the wave will come up and curl over them, and then they'll just disappear in the wave because the wave crashes on them. That's what this did on this ship. And I keep seeing the country Greece, and I keep seeing olives floating. I
God.
don't know.
Well,
Earthquake, volcano.
and there's some transits that would do volcanoes because I always send you Jupiter conjuncts Uranus. That means even a big volcano because Jupiter expands, makes it bigger.
As long as Yellowstone keeps its butt under wraps, we'll be fine.
I mean, we've got a Mars and Saturn opposition. We've got big transits coming up in the end of July where we just got to roll with them.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Howie. But I tell you right now, I going over everything I got to get done. I went over some of my lists, and there's no way I can tack on anything else onto my plate at this time. It's rough enough on me right now getting on my show and jumping on Joni's show when I can, and the Outlaws, and I gotta get some of this stuff resolved.
Just do it. Sit down and do it. Use Saturn. Use that Saturn and say, Saturn, I need some. You know what? This Capricorn moon is a very good task maker. It'll get things done.
Well, I'm hoping so because, like I said, I was working on this car all day again, and I still can't get this engine lined up. Yeah, it's a nightmare, and so that's what I'm doing again tomorrow until I can figure out. I just got to get the right angles figured out, but with my equipment that I have, it's limited. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, it's a good moon energy to get things done.
I'm trying. I could be getting all kinds of stuff done on the house, but I got to get this truck done so I can get my truck done and my Mustang done and get my garage cleaned out so I can find my tools and my supplies so I can get the things done in the house. And it's
Get it done tomorrow. You'll get it done. This energy of this full moon, put the intention out there tonight with the full moon. Put a bowl of water out and put, this is my task list and this is what I need done. Boom. Boom, boom. Crystal Infinity, she's a Capricorn. This is your full moon, honey. This is your full moon right now. And it has got fantastic aspect. It's one of the best I've seen this year for us. It's a very gracious full moon. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna sit up by the fire for a while tonight, and after I get my intentions done, and just sit and vegetate and talk to spirit a little bit. And, yeah,
that's a good thing. But be very careful because there is a transit with Mars and Uranus. That that's fire and explosion. So watch fireworks. Be careful around fireworks and fire.
So there's fire in Uranus, and there's going to be an explosion.
Keep the fireworks out of Uranus. Yes. Now, when we get to, where is it? The end of July. We've got from Jupiter, we've got until January of 2025 really good transits with Jupiter. We need it. We got this little patch coming up in the next 2 to 3 weeks that we just got to ride through it. It's going to be like 2022. Remember?
Yeah.
2022 was like one after another.
I remember. I remember 2022. Yeah, I do.
I'll bet you that was a Uranus Mars transit chart. If we went back and looked at it,
probably.
I bet you any amount of money. And you just be careful with those transits and things that can cut you. Be careful working on a motor too.
Interesting you say that because anything I'm working with right now is potentially dangerous.
Sharp. Just be careful.
Sharp, heavy.
Yeah. Just don't do anything silly and rush.
Yeah, as my boss says, don't do the stupid.
Don't push. When you push, it's when accidents happen.
Hey, sister.
Hi, friends.
How you doing? But I know how you're doing. Hey, get a hold of me after the show, okay?
Oh, look at this. This is so cool. I'm going to do night fishing under the moon tonight. It's a great moon.
It is. It really is.
I don't think there's a lot of water. Let's see if there's water in here.
I think about going. I ain't got it in me. I'm worn out. I am burnt out.
Well, Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, retrograde. I wonder if that means fish will bite.
Could be.
Could be. I don't know. It's a pretty earthy moon. There's some water. Let's see.
Live fishing calendar 2023. Best fishing days.
Yeah.
Sunday, July 2nd, Monday, July 3rd, Tuesday, July 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Oh, wait, hang on. Best fishing times. What does it say? 3rd?
Yes.
Well, I can't make heads or tails out of that chart.
Does that look like an astrology crap? Probably.
I don't know what the hell it was. Okay. January 1st through the 6th, and then 21st through the 31st. So you're right. You're right in there. You're right in there.
You said January.
Did I say January?
Yeah.
I told you I was tired.
What? Ice fishing. Ice fishing. But we got the full moon this week. We have a lot of planets in retrograde. Revisit, review, revamp. Look at everything. We got a lot in retro. But the big one is Venus. X's are going to come knocking.
No.
Yeah.
Just hang on.
Here goes the door. Lock the door. Did you lock the door?
I locked the doors.
Lock the door.
I locked the door. In fact, I got more locks I might put on.
Let's see. And then I will tell everybody when these upcoming transits are coming, like Mars opposing Saturn. We have Mars and Saturn in opposition. It's just tension. Hot and cold, slow and fast. But at least you have the endurance to get things done.
They're locked.
Lock the windows too. Yeah.
Well, I tell you, right now, I don't have the endurance to get things done. I don't have the mental fortitude to get things done. I don't have the mental fortitude to stay on task. I don't have the mental fortitude to get out of this chair and go out to the garage, to be honest with you. I got some really good things going on, but I am just so mentally worn out, mentally, spiritually. I'm at that point where I don't know. I know what I need to do. I just don't know how to start. And
well, you start by getting rest. You can't do things when you're tired. That's when you have accidents.
Oh, I know that. Trust me, I know that all too well.
So, here we go. Look at what Michelle says. Look, Michelle says, all X's aren't bad. There we go.
Okay. All right. Michelle, I will give you that. I will give you that.
Oh, look at this one. Look at this.
Yeah, I got my AR-15 and my bow too, just right over there.
Wait.
Yes. All around the house. Yes.
And pepper. Get the sage.
No. One of my exes likes pepper, so no.
Get the salt. Put salt in your windows. Well, Venus also is what we value, what we love, what we value. It could be items. It could be.
And thinking about this, X is coming back. Maybe they're not. Could be, looking for words here. Could be they're not physically coming back, knocking on your door, ringing on your phone. It could be old cycles coming up in your mind to work through. You had this cycle with this X. Now you have this cycle coming up again. You're recognizing it, and you can compare. Okay, this is where I was. This is how I handled that situation then. This is where I'm at now. How should I handle this situation now with what I've learned from then? Can I handle this in a different situation so it doesn't cycle again? So in a way, that could be a good aspect.
Yeah, it could be, but I think they're going to come knocking. Relationships that aren't exactly very strong really can, suffer some damage during this time too. But that's okay. There's always a building too.
Yeah.
There's always a building time. There's always with relationships. Then with the nodal changes too, that's gigantic. That's every 18 months. And if you're a cardinal sign, or maybe fixed, no, it's cardinal. Aries, Cancer, Libra.
Please.
Who am I forgetting? And one more. Getting one more. Who's at the seasons? Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Cardinal signs. It will affect a lot. Scorpio, it hits your 6th and 12th house.
Okay, what's the sixth? I can't remember.
Sixth is your day-to-day routine, health, day
Yes.
to day routine, health. Um, it could be, and then I think that's where your south node is. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. But so your sixth and your 12th house is things that are hidden, secret societies, spirituality, psychic stuff,
Oh, there's been some secrets coming out. Let me tell you what.
secret enemies. Yeah, secret enemies. Um, okay, what's Susan? So the retro is in your birth sign. No, it's it's the whatever planet. The retro. There's one in Saturn right now. Pluto's in retro. Venus is in retro. Chiron is in retro, and Neptune is in retro. So that how many is that?
I didn't count. Five?
Five. You might have five
I think five.
in retro.
Five's change. So, and we're going to have a lot of change coming up.
Lots of change.
Speaking of secrets coming out, secret enemies coming out. That's going to hit not only us, but it's going to hit higher up. The people that run us. So be ready for that.
Well, that's going to be the end of the month, and that was triggered back in the last eclipse when we saw a changing of the guard. That is going to manifest. That was triggered in the 2 eclipses ago, triggered again in the eclipse, I think in April, and now coming to fruition at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Change of guard. And it's one right after the other. Bam, bam, bam. Shocking things. So that change of the guard's been happening for how long now? Crap, since October of last year.
Been a bit.
And that just keeps building and building. There's a lot of stuff what's on a world point. And a world point means that we see it. The world sees it. It's out there for everybody to see. So there's a lot of stuff up on the world point stage too that we do see things.
And a lot of people do need to see what's happening out there. They really do.
Yeah.
But so many people have switched off the news, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, that it's going to be a bit before they do see it. So.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, that is in the declaration. It states changing. Absolutely, that's been happening since November 4th. I think it was November 4th eclipse of 2022.
Yeah.
And it's just been rolling since then, and it's triggered and triggered and triggered. And we got a huge, now now we're watching it play out. April, let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October. Eclipses are 6 months, changing of the guard, yes. And this is we've got Pluto at 29 degrees in Capricorn. It's strongest, Pluto's coming back going, did you fix it yet? Did you fix it?
Again, another reason for cycles to come back up, X's to come knocking back up on your door. Pluto's saying, hey, look, did you fix it yet? Fix it.
Well, and Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. So it's had quite a long time to get fixed.
Yeah.
Is it fixed yet?
It's hard to fix things, repair things with an X. And by repairing things, I don't necessarily mean getting back together. I mean having a discussion on why things happen and understanding and comprehending it enough to where you can forgive yourself and both move on in your separate lives without it looming over you for the rest of your life. But if you have no contact with that person, that can't happen. If they have you blocked to the point where you don't even know how to get a hold of them, that can't happen. So sometimes you just got to make your own closure and forgive them yourself You understand what happened and why. You comprehend it. You forgive them. You forgive yourself, and there, in fact, is your closure. Whether they do it or
Well,
not is their issue.
in your Scorpio, one of Scorpio's biggest life lessons is learning to let go. Learning to let go of things that you got. That's a hard lesson for a Scorpio.
You're not
They
wrong.
hold on to everything.
Yes.
They
Yes.
they do not let things go. If somebody pissed you off 35 years ago, you will remember it. And you still hang on to that. I'm still mad at you from second grade.
Well, I'm
Damn it.
not mad anymore, but I remember
You took my ruler.
a guy I know from sixth grade still owes me 35 packs of bubble yum.
See? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
So told
I've
you.
forgiven the dead. I let it go, just for my own sake. But I just find it funny that I could still remember that.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. It's true.
Yeah.
You took that when I was in kindergarten.
I- There's a song, that says "I remember everything." It's a hell of a song.
Scorpios do.
But when Steve came and took that thing out of me, 3/4 of my memories gone. It's taken until now to get a lot of them back. But the bubble yum memory was one of them that I got back.
Oh my
And
God.
I think it was just so that I could forgive him for not ever paying me my bubble gum, and that's all right. But
Yes.
we do remember things.
It's okay to release the bubble yum guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But we do. Scorpios do. We hold on to grudges.
Yes, you
I'm a lot
do.
better at it now. I'm a lot better at forgiving someone now than I ever used to be.
You have to.
But it doesn't mean that I have to forget what happened. So I do not have to repeat the situation in order to learn not to get into that
God
situation.
help anybody that's got bubble yum around you. Hide it. This is very interesting from Lisa.
Since Pluto is supposedly no longer a planet, do people nowadays try to rewrite astrology, or is it even possible? Not sure. Okay. It makes sense to me.
We didn't listen. Astrologers didn't listen. And there is a theory out there. Call it conspiracy if you want. Call it whatever you want. I'm just telling you what people are saying about that.
There's a theory that Pluto got pissed off when we said it wasn't a planet no more, and it said, "And here's your virus."
Yeah. What happened is the powers to be knew that the US and America was going to be going through the Pluto return. They knew that astrologers were going to say, this is America returning back to her roots.
Yeah.
Whatever is in the way will be destroyed. And that includes corruption, slime. You name what Pluto represents. And it's stuff on the swamp, some stuff that you don't want to see. It's the underworld. It's
Secrets.
the belly, secret societies.
Yeah.
So the powers to be said Pluto is no longer a planet, thinking that would get rid of us talking about the Pluto return, because we have continually said she is returning to her roots. She is going back to what she was meant to be. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it.
Yeah. What does the government do if they don't want information out? They take away somebody's power so they can't get the information out.
Well, that's what a lot of people have said, that's why they got rid of little Pluto. But if you've noticed, Pluto lost no status in the astrological community.
Oh, no. No, Pluto still face plants just the same as it ever did, if not maybe a little more right now.
But when you're up to those tricks and try to, you know what? I laughed when I heard that originally. And then I thought about it and I thought, well, why would they get rid of Pluto anyway? So it would not surprise me.
Makes sense.
It does make sense because nobody wants astrologers talking about the Pluto return. Babylon fell, Rome fell. Why did those places fall?
Got too big for the britches. Corruption. Yeah. And the United States is actually past due for a fall.
And I mean, so in other words, this is the last cycle that Pluto is going through Capricorn. We're there. We're there. We're at the last cycle. Now in 2024, there's a little bit. He goes back in like for a month into Capricorn, but it's not like what's going to happen now. This 29-degree is huge right now in our mundane astrology in America.
29, ending of a cycle. It's the ending of the astrological signs. It's 11.
And then we go back into Aquarius. He goes back into Aquarius. So that's the reason why, Lisa, people have said that Pluto was no longer a planet. There's no logical explanation to why they came out and said, oh, it's no longer a planet.
No.
What was their reasoning?
Too small.
That's the reason?
Physical size.
No, that's not going to work. And nobody listened to it. Nobody listened to it. Everybody still brings up Pluto.
Yeah, everybody fought it, and so they put it back to being a planet.
Is he a planet again?
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? Well,
yeah.
Nobody listened to it anyway. So, but it's crazy. I believe it now. I didn't believe it at first. I thought, oh, jeez, made up story, but I believe it now.
Me too.
Because they'll say and do anything to get people not to think about things. They don't.
Yes, they will.
They don't want you to think. So society, okay, that makes sense to what I'm doing now.
Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
Oh, that's.
Oh, Rebecca, thank you for the correction. It's considered a dwarf planet now.
Oh, it's a dwarf planet. It's Loki of the planets. Loki of the planets. Howie. Oh, it's a dwarf planet. Okay. But nobody was listening to him. Nobody would pay attention, and everybody still honors Pluto. And
yeah, we didn't give a flying, you know what?
No, I didn't give it a second thought. I thought, no, if it's a dwarf planet, I guess it's little. It packs a punch.
Hey, dynamite comes in small packages.
Yes, it does.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Right. So when the lunar nodes switch, and that's every 18 months, that puts you on a different path with, a lot of things, with your destiny, with your soul contract. So that's interesting to look that up. Like I said, if you're Libra, it's hitting your 7th house of relationships and 1st house of self. Scorpio, it's hitting your 6th and 12th house. So we count back and look that up too, where your lunar nodes are going to fall, and then you can find out where things are
going to hit at.
In order to be a planet, it must be able to clear its own path around the sun. Pluto doesn't do that. Well, why didn't they think? I wonder why they didn't think about that when they made it a planet at first.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's kind of funny that he disappeared with the Pluto return coming up.
I'm having a blonde moment. Clear its own path around the sun. I thought it orbited the sun in its own path.
I don't know. I don't know. It's up there. It doesn't move around.
I'm pretty damn sure it orbits the sun, but maybe I'm not understanding the clearing the path. Maybe that's not what she means by orbiting. I'm asking because I'm having confusion. It's blonde.
I'm not sure.
No offense to blondes out there. we're pretty. So
Eddie says it's the motion in the cosmic ocean. What?
he's being a Scorpio.
He's a Scorpio moon.
Yeah, and he's having a Scorpio sense of humor right now. Dirty sense of humor.
No, okay. Yeah. Libra, if we have a power, what are you going to do for your full moon in Capricorn? What are your plans with your? Do you put out your crystals? Do you write out intentions? Or do you just
Me?
what? Yeah, what's your plan? What's your full moon plan?
Okay, I make moon water. I smudge the home. I recharge my grid, put my stones and crystals out to cleanse and recharge. I do full moon affirmations, what I want to release out of my life, what I'm done with, what I want to give up, in order to make more room for new things to come in. And I will light some sweetgrass to invite new things to come in. And if there's anything else I need to do, depending on what's going on, then I'll do those extra things. And that reminds me, I have an extra thing to do tonight.
See, make your full moon list. So everybody can make their full moon list. And this is a super moon. It's going to be very bright.
I have a special candle I need to light tonight.
Well, see, I think it's great to do have little rituals for full moons and to set up affirmations and to be positive and do take the time to do that. I think it's wonderful. I think everybody should do little things like that.
It's good for the energy.
I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
Thank you for that link.
See, NASA is who said, "Oh, it's no longer a planet." That's who everybody's blaming.
Pluto, to me, you're a planet. Okay, just saying.
Pluto never stopped being a planet. Pluto was very prominent. It's been prominent with the return, but I'm ready for it to stop. I'm ready for this Pluto return to stop.
Well, in order for it to stop, things have to get accomplished. If they don't get accomplished, it's going to keep rolling.
It's going to face plant, like you said. It's it does face plant. Like I said, Saturn holds your hand and says, "Okay, I'm karma. We're going to fix this. I'm going to hold your hand, and I will take you through that path, and we're going to learn this lesson, and that way it doesn't repeat itself." That's Big Daddy karma, Saturn, the daddy.
Yeah.
Where Pluto says, "I've had enough. You're done. You're destroyed. Now you rebuild because I'm tired of your crap."
Yeah, let's tear it down. Let's tear you down so that we can rebuild you. Let's do some spiritual surgery on you, and let's remove the parts of yourself that you don't need anymore, and let's rebuild you with what's left.
That's exactly right. Okay, here's a good question from Lisa. If I have a case of water sitting outside the camper tonight, will it be moon water?
Yes, especially if you make the intention as the moon. Now, remember, full moon is release.
Yes.
New moon is
shut the door.
Bringing in new things. So I'm making moon water to make moon water coffee with. So I'm constantly releasing as I'm drinking my coffee.
So what do you do? Just put like a pot of water out in the window, or do you put it outside?
Hang on.
Because that's interesting, because that would be a nice little ritual to do, to shut the door on things with your coffee. That's a great,
Okay. I use a nice clear bowl, large, fill it. I take plastic wrap, put over the top. It's clear. That way dog hair doesn't get into it, stuff like that. Okay. And in the wintertime, I'll put it on a TV tray in front of the window, south window. Summertime, I will take it outside, put it outside, let the moon shine right on it, and it charges the water.
That's a great
Some
idea.
people say that's bullshit. I don't believe that. I believe in it.
I
Therefore, it
don't.
is.
It's a wonderful full moon.
Hey, Robert, happy 4th.
Okay.
And you can use
Okay,
it for all
here's
kinds of things. You can drink it. You can water your plants with it. You can clean with it. You can use it in spell work. You can do all kinds of things with it.
you could use it to wash your floor.
Hmm?
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. The ice, here we go. With Edson. The ice giant is surrounded by 13 faint rings and 20 small moons as it rotates at nearly a 90-degree angle from the plane of its orbit. The ice giant. Are you talking? Is that Pluto or are you? Oh, he's talking about Uranus. This unique tilt makes Uranus appear to spin sideways, orbiting the sun like a rolling ball. Yes, and when I do posts of Uranus, you'll see he's on his side. He spins and he stinks. He smells like the atmosphere stinks. It smells like eggs.
Sulfur.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here
Pluto,
we go.
Pluto's orbit. It looks like all the other planets, are kind of in the same line around the sun, and Pluto's is kind of at a different degree.
See, and there we go. And it's the 248-year long orbit. Well, that's right. And that's the Pluto return. Pluto is returning in the United States chart to where it was when our country was born. Hence, Pluto return.
Yes.
That's interesting, Howie. So he's got, that's very interesting.
So Pluto has a different degree of orbit around the sun than all the rest of the planets do. It's the only one that has that orbit. So he's special.
He is special. And like 240, whatever, 250 years is the Pluto return. Everybody likes your idea with the moon water.
Thank you.
Good idea. And Lisa says, awesome. Correct.
Yes.
And
things you want to release in your life, Lisa Campbell makes some of that bottle of moon water there and start releasing.
And what would be neat too is the fact that every moon has a theme. So this one in particular would be a task maker because it's Capricorn. So it would be neat to even if you kept a moon journal or a full moon journal and you knew your water or whatever you charged, you could say this is Capricorn water. So this is what would get tasks done. This is the worker. This will keep me organized.
Well, you'd want to do that on a new moon.
I would do it with all of them. I would put the sign down with all of them, what it was.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Just to see what would happen.
But in my mind, where a full moon is to release, you don't want to release your ability to do that. You want to gain your ability to do that. So it would be better to do that on a new moon as opposed to a full moon.
Well, yeah, like the Capricorn moon. What is it that you want to release that's a Capricorn theme?
There you
know
go.
What I mean?
I got it. It took a minute to click. It took a minute to click.
Something like that. That would be really cool. So
just take a TV tray or something and put it on the TV tray in front of the window. That's all you got to do. The moonlight will shine through the window and charge it.
Yeah, you don't have to hang it outside. I hear you, Lisa.
Did you get one runner? Did you get a new one? And as opposed to Howie's, can you add to moon water? You damn straight you can add. You can add stones. You can add crystals. You can add
probably herbs. You could add
if you're going to drink
Like to
water, be careful of what essential oil you put in it, as well as what
Oh,
fluids and crystals
yeah.
you put in it.
Like if I was going to use it for like a floor scrub, I'd put lemons in it.
Yeah, citrus.
He's got honeysuckle abstract.
Mm.
Miss Donna finally sitting down for the night. That's a good thing, Miss Donna. Enjoy the full moon.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the full moon in Capricorn. Set a 12-pack of spring water out and drink it. Tastes awesome. I think it's a neat idea. And I love Florida water. I bet you could put Florida water out too.
I'd do that under the new moon. Well, you might do one under the new moon and one under the full moon. That way you have a release and a bringing in.
Okay, here's Kenny. What am I missing here? How to recharge crystals. No, moon water.
Moon water, full moon. The full moon, new moon.
It's a full moon in Capricorn right now.
Yeah, you can use the moonlight to cleanse and recharge your crystals.
Yes. And full moon is the endings. So it's what you want to release, what you want to get rid of, what you don't want in your life, what no longer serves your purpose in your life.
Yeah. Howie. Woo. So Ric Flair taught you the power of honeysuckle. Woo!
I love honeysuckle. I mean, so that's one of your full moon rituals is you put your water out.
Yes. And
then you do charge crystals as well.
I write my intentions down on a piece of paper.
Okay.
I generally try to shut my phone down. So I'm just concentrating on what I need to concentrate on. And I'll have whatever music playing in the background that's soothing to me, whether it's Lindsay Sterling on her violin or Five Finger Death Punch pounding in my ears. Depends on my mood, what relaxes me. And I will write my intentions down. I will make a photocopy of those. I put those in a file. And then in 6 months, I can look back and see, have I gotten the job done yet? Am I still working on the same intention? Have I grown? Have I learned? But after I write them down and make the photocopy, I take them out. I make my circle. I read them out loud. I don't give up what the neighbors think to Luna. And then I fold them in fours and light it on fire and send those words up to the moon via the smoke.
See, I think that's wonderful. I think it's wonderful to have a little, I don't know if it's a ritual, but a little, I guess it's a ritual. Whatever you do with a full moon and use that energy, because the moon is power packed with energy. I mean, let's face it, it affects our tides. And, look what it does. The moon is the female energy. It's the cold energy.
Yeah.
And look how the moon affects women and their cycles.
Yep, it does. And one thing I learned kind of the hard way is if there is an eclipse on a new or full moon, I will not make moon water. I will not charge my crystals. The energy is way too chaotic.
That's right.
You might get what you're asking for, but you may get it in a way that you don't like. And it may be tenfold.
That's right.
So I don't do it.
That's right. It's the only time the universe says, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
This is destined.
Let me do my work. Don't.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go with the flow, because unless you want to mess with something and make it chaotic and crappy and want something to backfire, you do it. But other than that, you allow eclipse energy to flow.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what the ancients did during full moons, what the Magi did.
Yeah.
That would be a neat rabbit hole.
That would be.
Down.
That would be.
The Sabians and what they did. The Sabians used to make altars to the planets. So that would be very interesting to see what they did.
They were wise individuals.
Yeah, well, if it had not been for them, people would still be wandering around in the desert looking for Jesus. 'Cause they knew how to look at the stars
Follow the North Star.
and the constellations. They knew it. So that's so interesting with the full moon stuff. I love that. That's neat. Thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Okay. That is just really cool, good stuff. Kenny, we talked about charging last night with my hippie wife. She's the boss. Don't touch my rocks. This is that sounds like a personal thing with your rocks, Kenny. We just you need to I love your hippie wife.
Depending on
Beatles, were they listening to the Beatles?
depending
You
on
listened to the
depending on which rocks people are talking about, which rocks somebody wants to touch, I might let them touch my rocks, or I might not let them touch my rocks. It just depends on which rocks they want to touch.
Well, watch out for the node with Uranus. You know. Oh my God, we talked about charging last night with my hippie wife. She's the boss. She is the boss. That's funny. What? Chuckles, and her name is Sarah too. Chuckles. Yep, both are Sarah.
Grateful Dead all the
way. Grateful Dead all the way.
There you go.
Well, before the Grateful Dead, we had the Beatles. And what were some of the other hippies? Well, Jimi Hendrix and Special Brownie Bakes.
Well, then, when I
Special
finally get
Brownies,
another girlfriend, I'll have to get her some special brownies, huh?
Yeah, you'll be making brownies then,
right?
You'll be making brownies, so she will mess with your rocks.
Hey, honey, want some brownies?
That's so funny. That's hilarious.
Made a new batch. That's the 4th batch you made today.
Keith, quit shoving brownies down my throat. Just stop it. That's the 10th batch today. No, I'm not. What are you talking about, rocks?
The rocks need dusting.
Oh, my God. Oh, your rocks are petrified. I might even say it.
Never mind. I'm just shutting up.
Yeah, you better. That's what she said.
I ain't got enough time to dust my rocks tonight. I got dishes to do.
Yeah. Well, sir, it is 9 p.m. and it's a holiday, and you need to go get all of your full moon stuff done.
Yeah, I do.
But that's the next 2 weeks. Roll with everything till July 25th. Then we're on Easy Street. We're going to be rolling. We're going to be getting up and down off the board for a couple of weeks. Here we go again. What the hell? I know. What? What are you laughing about? What did I say?
Something about Uranus? How he did.
Ow.
No need to dust your rocks. Just lube them. Just oil them.
Oh, my God. Just oil. What? His are petrified, Howie. He needs... Oil won't work.
They're like granite.
It's like Mount Rushmore. Oh, my God. Peggy, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in with the Titanic and the Titan.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. So everybody have a great 4th.
Just let this
enjoy your rock charging.
Yeah, just try to go with the flow this month. There's going to be some stuff happening, and just let it flow.
We'll keep you posted. Yeah, tune in 2 weeks. We'll keep you updated on all.
Yes, they do.
We'll keep you updated on all the transits. We'll get through them. This is a piece of cake. We're almost at the end. Oh my God.
I promise you right now, there are no faces in my rocks. Just saying. I could go somewhere with that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, leave it alone. Lisa, have a good time fishing.
Yes.
Enjoy your holiday.
Yes.
Everybody, enjoy your holiday. Be safe. Watch the fireworks. Enjoy the full moon. Make your water. Charge your crystals. I'm trying to be nice. Charge your crystals. And thank you all for listening.
Absolutely.
So
thank you for joining me.
Everybody have a great 4th. Oh, Keith, you're gonna play the video.
Yes, I will. I will.
Okay. So have a great 4th, everybody. Thank you.
You bet. You too. Enjoy yourself.
Bye, hon. Have a good one. Talk to you and see everybody next week.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, hon.